Hello, everybody. Spider here, DeFi Car Podcast, coming to you once again from San Antonio, Texas. Being joined by Coach Durwyn Lamb. Coach, how are you, bro?
Doing all right. How you doing today?
Man, I'm doing great, man. I woke up, so no complaints, bro. Right? Definitely.
Hear that? Amen to that.
Let me ask you. The last time we spoke, man, I had the privilege to bring you on here and ask you a few questions, man. One of them was regarding the Tuesday night fights that you guys are hosting.
Yes.
Now, two locations, of course, you mentioned that earlier for Fort Worth and Dallas. And you said, tell us when does that happen? When does that take place?
It takes place second Tuesday of every month in Fort Worth, and then we do it every 2 months in Dallas. The second, also on the second Tuesday. So it's we hold it location at the yard in Fort Worth. We hold it the location of the yard at Fort Worth, and then we hold it at Club Vivo in Dallas.
Okay, and once again, the last time we spoke, you have mentioned how this was basically for people who aren't amateur fighters, who are just trying to get their 2 feet, their feet wet, so to speak, and see whether or not they want to pursue this, right?
Yes, yes, it's a platform to. Some people have different things. Some people do it because I had one guy tell me that he's always wanted to fight to overcome a fear, overcome his fear of fighting. I've had people say that it's something on a bucket list. Some people that are actually trying to pursue it is using a platform to get their feet wet, like you said, to get better, to eventually become, sanctioned fighters.
No, and some of them have actually been fighting, right? You had mentioned the last time.
Yeah, some of them. I got a couple of guys now that went in and got licensed for amateur boxing, and two end up winning Golden Gloves eventually. Now I got a couple of my guys that are now amateur MMA fighters. Now I got one that's now fighting his second amateur MMA fight in New Orleans this weekend. So
Okay, and are you guys gonna go out there, making the road trip out there?
yeah. I look like I'm gonna try to get a ticket, man, a last minute ticket, because that's gonna be a long drive to be driving by myself. So yeah.
And now, what promotion is that gonna be in?
WFC, I think it's called. It's Tim Crater, guy out of New Orleans. I think he used to train Dustin Poirier, those
Oh,
guys. I think he's the president of the company, but it's a pretty good company. It's been around for a little while now.
oh yeah, and that's what I was asking, because I know Louisiana and Oklahoma, man. There's a lot of promotions out there, bro. I mean, we need some of those to come here to Texas, man.
Really do. Yeah. I'm trying to actually work on that now. I'm in the process of talking to my buddy, my business partner, and one of my other buddies as a coach, to getting a license to throw some pro shows.
Oh, sweet, man. Definitely, man. Because I mean, the more platforms, especially like you said, I mean, you don't have to drive 6 to 8 hours or just to get somewhere, and I mean,
Yes,
especially with the weather, man. Right now, I mean, you never know. Texas, bro. It's raining one day, the next day it's snowing.
absolutely.
My man. Now, the last time also, man, we spoke, you were saying how now at the Lamp War Academy, I mean, you have other coaches that are helping you. Now you're able to kind of sit back and be able to do things like this. So, how has everything been going for you, man?
It's been going good. There's always life always throws you challenges and things that you got to always overcome, and sometimes even things happen when impulsively things happen and stuff like that. But the thing about it, I think everything's a learning experience. But for the most part, everything's good. God's been really showing me other things about myself lately and waking me up to some new things. But like you said, we just take it one day at a time, and just, as long as we're waking up, we still have an opportunity to fix things and change it and to grow. But everything's been going pretty well, though.
No, yeah. One of the things I was going to ask is, I mean, I follow you on social media, and I read your messages, and a lot of them are true, man. Because I mean, for one thing, there's no need in stressing over stuff we can't control, man.
Right, right. It's hard not to, but it's.
Yeah, because I mean, for one thing, even when you're positive, you're being positive, you're doing positive things. There's always going to be negative vibes, negative people coming through your life, whether it's at the gym or just crossing paths. Because I don't know why it always attracts that, man. I mean, because I've been in good spirit. I used to go to work, and I used to have like the ugliest negative people around, always I guess because they felt me so happy, they just felt like they had to come over here and rain on my parade, so to speak, you know. But
Yeah, evil comes through people, and it's a big thing. And I've had to learn that even ourselves, like sometimes if we relax and we lack on what we're doing in our mind or our spirituality, then the enemy can come in and get us off our course and get us off our mind and get us and to the point where we get out of character sometimes as well. And so we ought to always be willing to bring ourselves back and keep humility as a part of our friendship so we can always continue to grow and get better, because it's real out there, man, with all the stuff going on in this world, and especially in the world, a lot of demonic forces in nature coming in, pulling people left and right to do all kind of crazy things. And it's very important that we make sure that we don't lose our mind in the process of those things happening.
no, I mean, definitely, man, because one of the things that I definitely appreciate about gym owners like yourself, man, is that you guys pull the kids off the streets. You pull them away from the streets in general, because there's so much wrong going on. So of course you bring them in the gym, you give them a new perspective. They get so tired, they go home and sleep. They don't have time to go out there and be thugs or whatever the case may be, But I mean, how have you guys been doing with the gym as far as kids, man? Have you guys been able to kind of take a lot of people away? I mean, a lot of kids from the street. Are we saying?
Yeah, a lot of the kids that come in are usually pretty good kids, young men actually, and they come in with, some of them have like a little background, but we definitely provide an environment for them to not just fight, but for them to come in and feel like they're loved, they're in a place where somebody actually cares, and that are actually on the same page with them, that they can talk to and have fun. A lot of people in my gym end up becoming good friends, and they end up, some even go on to become roommates, and some even to become, guys that hang out outside the gym and hang out a lot. So I think that's the biggest point, is getting people to fellowship and come together, because sometimes it can feel lonely out there, but when you got people around you that are on the same task of wanting to fight and wanting to train, or just going through things that you're going through, and you can talk about it and have a good time and fellowship, that helps. And it also helps them to keep their mind focused, to not going and getting in trouble, because they actually got something to live for, and they got people around them that care about them and stuff like that.
No, yeah. I mean, one of the things when it comes to, especially in mixed martial arts, man, I mean, combats, boxing, kickboxing, is they see men and women going out there and being tough and going through a fight. But a lot of people forget that you guys are human. I mean, it's one thing for somebody to say, man, you're doing a great job. But for somebody to come back and say, like, hey, how are you doing? It's just that simple. But to ask each other how you're doing and how everything's going, I mean, it means the world, right? It makes a world of difference.
Right. Amen. That's the truth.
Now, let me ask you, as far as the Tuesday night fights, man, on these, are they streamed? And if so, where can people watch them?
They are streamed. We stream it at lamb4.net. So you can go to my website at lamb4.net to watch it, to watch the stream. It's pretty awesome. Really high definition streaming too. Pretty good stuff. Yeah.
I wanted you to plug that in, but I'm going to post that link on the video, definitely. Now, once again, if somebody wanted to fight, say if my mailman keeps delivering my mail and I want to fight that guy, can we make it happen, bro?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We go to lamb4.net to sign up, and you sign in the email. You put your information in, name, first, last name, weight, age, height, where you're from, and we also tell people to put what music they want to come out to, and they sign a waiver, and that's how that happens. We do 3 2-minute rounds. And I make everybody wear 16-ounce gloves. And we have everything covered. We got insurance for our end. The club has insurance. The club has their waivers, and we have our waivers. So we're protected all over. We actually have doctors there, all kind of things. It's just an exhibition fight. So we have everything covered. So everybody's protected. Everybody's safe.
No, and of course, you said you were one of the refs. So, of course, you have people that have been in the business and they're taking care of the fighters too, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I started out not doing referee. It was a good friend of my buddy that was doing it every time. And then when we started going to Dallas, I just happened to jump in because he couldn't come out. And I just been a thing. I've been doing it every time now. And the last time in Tuesday night fights in Fort Worth was my first time actually doing it, because he didn't show up there either. So I just kept continuing to do it, man. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, well, let me say this. I mean, we know Durwyn Lamb, the fighter, Durwyn Lamb, the the coach. Can we see Durwyn Lamb, the referee, later on?
Yeah, yeah. I wanna eventually referee, get into judging, and main thing is commentating. I wanna be like at
Bro.
ESPN, commentating on the fights and stuff like that eventually.
Man, and I can actually see that, man. I mean, I've seen you speak. I've seen your videos. I mean, you're well spoken, well
Oh,
versed in the sport, of course. So, I mean, you would definitely know the terminology, how to call a fight, because
yeah.
I mean, I've seen some fighters out there, or even just people that don't know anything about competing, and they get in there and they chop it up, and it's just they butcher it, man. So definitely, you would put a lot of good into that.
Yeah, thank you. I'm excited to do it, man.
And let me ask you, I mean, have you been doing that right now? Are you working with any promotions right now?
To do commentating? No, no, I haven't yet. Haven't pulled the trigger on it yet. It's just been something floating in my head. I've been trying to get all this other stuff together. But yeah, I'm gonna be reaching out to people soon.
No, for sure, man. I mean, you definitely should, man. Like I said, I mean, if I was allowed cage side to cover some of these fights, because a lot of them have their own, what do you call it, as far as speed and pay-per-view, so they don't allow a lot of people going on there. But I would definitely bring you on, man, because for one thing I tell everybody right now, I mean, I have an outlet, I'm able to talk to people, but to bring people like you guys in here and actually speak about what goes on through a fighter's mind, the mentality, the technique, I mean. That's gold right there, man. So I would definitely appreciate that on my end.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
No? And let me ask you this. Now, the Tuesday night fights, of course, like you said, that happen every Tuesday in Fort Worth and then again in Dallas. Are you guys going to be traveling with that, man? Can we see that maybe here in San Antonio?
Yeah, we've been talking about expanding. We just put some things together, sponsorship stuff and different kind of things. But yeah, we have been talking about expanding, especially over in that area too. Talking about Austin, San Antonio, and even Oklahoma was the main three places that we was talking about doing it first,
Oh,
outside
yeah.
of Fort Dallas. Yeah,
Austin is too expensive, man. Come to San Antonio, bro.
yeah, I hear that.
No, you know what? And I mean that would be great, man. I mean, of course, we have a promotion that go through here. Fury FC, of course, being probably the only one that's been going through here in a while. But I mean, San Antonio itself, man. We have, I mean, South Texas, we have Austin, we have New Braunfels. We have a lot of people that would definitely, I know, would participate in something like that. So filling up a card, I see no problem with that, man.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome. I'm looking forward to it.
No, well, for sure. Well, I mean, I'm going to be bringing you on here hopefully once a week, but we'll definitely keep plugging that in and keep asking you on that to see how everything's going. Now,
Okay.
of course, one of the coaches that you have working at the gym, man, Vic, James
Yeah.
Vic, is be fighting this weekend in the boxing bout. How's that? How's his training going, man?
It's good, man. It's I know he's had a hard break. You there?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so he had a hard break when he was in the UFC and did a great job there, made a top 10, and it's kind of had a hard break towards the end, but the fighter is still in him and he still wants to do it. And so I'm excited for him to do a boxing fight because he still feels good about doing it. Uh, he's an awesome young man, and he's a great coach too. That's one thing I want to put that out there. Having him in the gym is a very good blessing for him in the gym because it's a really great coach. But yeah, his training's going good. The guy's a workhorse. Probably been one of the hardest working young men I've ever met in my life as far as his focus and training. And so I'm excited to see him fight, get back out there, man, and do it. I think eventually he's going to do bare knuckle boxing and maybe karate combat. He's thinking about, but he's
Nice.
using it in fight, yeah, to get back his feet in the game and stuff like that.
No, yeah, you see, and one of the things that I like about it, man, is the fact that he's gonna get away from that MMA aspect, get into boxing, and maybe even fuel that fire to go back, like you said, to go back into mixed martial arts or even bare knuckle, man. But I'm excited about it.
Triller, the triad fighting,
Yeah,
he's going to be doing that too. So, you know how
nice.
they have, yeah. So, yeah, but yeah, he's just getting his feet back wet, man. He teaches MMA and beginner striking at my gym Monday and Wednesday. Um, really knowledgeable young man. He's been at the top. He knows what it feels like. He's really good at teaching, committed to it, focused to it. He teaches not only at my gym, but a couple of other gyms too that he teaches around. But just been a good thing. A lot of the guys are picking up a lot of knowledge and learning from him. So it's good to have him there at the gym.
No, yeah, you see, and one of the things about him also, man, because he does have a lot of knowledge. I mean, he's trained with a lot of fighters, sparred like who knows how many rounds. But as far as the experience, I mean, not just as a fighter, but having to go through the promotions, having to go through the weight cuts, having to go through all this. I mean, he can actually come down and let some of the younger generation kind of know like the ins and outs, you know, because those are some of the toughest things that you have to go through as a fighter. One of them being cutting weight, you know.
Right, right.
Now, as far as the gym, man, how's everything going in the gym?
It's okay. It's going good, man. We through the trial and error through the years, we've been trying to figure out to get somebody in for, you know, it's always you go through that trial and error to find the right person to do marketing, to do sales, to do this. I'm blessed to have the business partner that I have now. And then we also found a sales guy who's like a monster at selling, and he loves it. And was living in Frisco and moved all the way to Fort Worth just to be a part of us in our gym. And he's been signing up probably like 5 or 6 people a week, man. And he's really good, and he loves being a part of the team. And we have a good team going on, and we have a good team that we can build off of now. It's been such a blessing because so long they've been trying to figure this out on my own. And God bless me with the business partner I have now and everybody that I have in my life to help this thing going, and it's working pretty darn good.
No, man, and that's one of the things I always tell people, because I mean, when you start off, of course, you're thinking, okay, you know what, I'm gonna throw some mats, I'm gonna put some bags up, and people are gonna come. It's harder than that, man, because of course you need to have a business plan, you need to have a good business relationship with other, you know, your coaches. I mean, you have all the stars aligned right now. But having a salesperson, that's definitely key, man, because of course, you know, you're coaching, you're doing everything else. So of course, he's just concentrating on sales, bringing people in. I mean, it's once they get there, I can only see as far as the experience from all the coaches, people are going to be like, okay, well, yeah, man, this is the real deal, right? I mean, they're getting a lot of knowledge in that gym.
That's right. That's right.
Now, let me ask you, man. I mean, you're going to be traveling, God willing, to the fights this weekend. Like you said, you're going to be flying out there. What's going to happen with that fight? Is you only got one fighter on there, or do you have a few guys fighting on that card?
I have two. I have my pro fighter, Joel Guzman, and then I have my fighter, Andrew Striblin, is going to be making his. He's 1-0 as an amateur. It'll be a second amateur fight, and this be Joel, I believe, Joel's third MMA fight.
Okay. Oh, definitely, man. And are you going to be flying back, or are you going to take a ride with some of these guys out there?
No, I'll probably fly there and back, man. I've been going through a lot of things lately that's been heavy on me, and so I don't want to be driving there 8 hours by myself thinking about all that, you know. So I think I'm just gonna fly there and then fly back.
No, well, by all means, man. I'm gonna try. I know I did this past weekend with one of the coaches out there in one of the fights, man. I'm gonna reach out to you and see maybe we can go backstage real quick, do a little video clip, and see how everything's going, man.
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna be in New Orleans?
No. But I'm saying I'm gonna reach out to you via Skype and see if I can get you to plug in and do a little quick walkthrough, man.
Yeah, for sure. I'm more than willing and happy to do that.
No, for sure, man. Well, I do thank you, Coach Durwyn Lamb, of course, man. Thank you for coming on this. I'm going to reach out to you again this weekend, hopefully, if not next weekend, but I'll keep in touch, man, for sure.
Thank you so much, man. You have a good day.
Yes, sir. Everybody else, the Fight Card Podcast. So next time, follow up.